question one, it was asking what ways I would enlarge my domain. For market penetration, I would find a specific target. An example of that is college students. They would be like the main people I would try to be selling to. For market development, I will open up new stores around campus, meaning to get like popular, I would just open up a bunch of these food places around campus so it spreads. For product development, I would ask the customers or the students to fill out a survey about the food and the experience that they had at my at the restaurant, to see how they feel about the restaurant, what changes I could make, and how I could improve. For diversification, I would just have a wide variety of selections of food. Example of that is I would have I would be selling burgers, but I would also have like vegan type burgers for people that are vegan or don't eat meat. Yeah. For question two, I said for this, I would talk to both parties to understand their viewpoints. I believe it was Europe and no, I'm sorry, it's France and England. I would talk to both of these countries and see their viewpoints, and based off their viewpoints, I would make a written agreement where both of their needs could be combined and understood, and I would just have that written agreement, and hopefully they could agree on it. For question three, you said to visit the websites for AT&T, Coca-Cola, and Dell, and how do these companies handle foreign operations? I know for Dell, they sell their computers like worldwide. For AT&T, anytime a person that uses AT&T, anytime they go out of the country, they usually have to pay a small fine. Not fine, but pay a little bit extra. And I guess that's the agreement that AT&T has with each country. And Coke, we know Coke is very popular and has a partnership with many different countries. Now for the chapter 9 questions. It was to determine the differences between the 3 levels of task independence. So the first one is mediating technology. It's basically a framework that analyzes the roles technology and how it plays rather than human existence. For the second one is pooled independence, is when a project team splits comparable resources and tasks but continue to work independently. Long link technology, it's a linear process that begins with raw materials and processes toward a finished product. Sequential independence is when one unit in a process produces an output that's needed for the next unit, so it's done step by step basically. Intensive technology is when a course wants students or people to use technology and understand its impact on society, meaning they will push people to use technology, and when they do use the technology, to understand why they're using the technology. And for the last one is reciprocal independence, is when the team members are independent and work back and forth with each other. For question 2, you want us to look at Microsoft's website and determine the changes in technology. And the latest technological thing that I found about Microsoft is something called Net5. What Net5 basically does, it helps understand coding easier, and also combines the best of core, Xamarin, and framework, and they put it all together to make Net5. For question 3, it was just to discuss the difference between push and pull strategies. What a push strategy is pushing your brand out to people. Example of that is directly selling to the customer. And what pull is, it's a strategy that naturally brings customers in. An example of that is word of mouth or a good reputation for maybe a restaurant. And for 4, distinguish between JIT and the inventory system and traditional mass production. For inventory systems, the pros are that it stores a lot, and the con, it's prone to being hacked. And companies that use inventory systems is Toyota, IKEA. And for mass production, the pros it reduces labor costs, and the cons are the initial cost. And companies that use it are Ford and Marlboro. And number 5 says to analyze the technology used and come up with new ways of making the system more efficient. A good way of just making it more efficient is hiring more employees and basically understanding what the employees need to do to get the task done.